Yep. Yeah, for sure. And Juan Carlos, how do you see, the measurable improvements? I guess if we look at like outcomes that we then are able to present to the customer, what are some of maybe those key metrics or areas that can help underscore kind of how the partnership works with the client?
Well, the biggest one would be the savings, obviously, savings in usage and consumption in different clouds, in the different categories like consumption or disk or I say storage, Kubernetes, etc. But it are not the only ones. Being able to forecast, being able to have visibility to speaking about FinOps, visibility, optimization, and then operation is basically the most important thing in this kind of deployments, the solutions that we provide to our customers.
Yep. No, good summary. Joe, maybe any specific areas to click into that come to mind? I know that again, just the fresh conversations that we've been engaged with some of the projects.
Yeah. So one of the things that has been a trend we've heard is, there have been some solutions that have been in the marketplace for a long time. And a lot of organizations are familiar with the status quo. And so a lot of times when folks talk to, Vega as well as 1DS, it's really getting an understanding of what's state of the art, what's the best new approach to things. So as it comes to visibility, a baseline has been getting a common visual footprint that you can have in place. So of course you're going to be multi-cloud. Of course you have to look into containerized environments. And of course you have to make it very easy for teams to get information in the way that they want to. So for some that is visual reports, others that's with APIs and programmatic access. So those are, I think, some of the things that we see a lot of. And for maybe some of those legacy tools that folks are familiar with, there were some design decisions made that made sense at the time. Whereas today, newer platforms and FinOps offerings really give you some of that flexibility that I think, particularly a lot of larger enterprise is looking for, some of the optionality to fit those different personas and use cases. And again, Juan Carlos, we've talked to some different companies that are definitely like that, different perspectives, trying to consume cloud in different ways, but ultimately trying to get a better handle, better control of their cloud spend so that they can, validate the business value.
No,
Yeah.
super helpful. And on that topic, the measuring success, I feel we see a lot of folks in the space today still very reactive as to how they are trying to tackle their cost management, their optimization. So helping clients be able to look at what potential key metrics and outcomes are, and then begin to work backwards and build a methodology around that, and then be able to over time benchmark success. I think are some of the pieces that we really see, in working with a partnership, help advance the customer's experience.
Yeah, from our point of view and our side, Stephen, I can tell you that some of our customers have told us that they've seen other platforms, but they're not modern platforms like Vega, right? We've seen that it takes probably 7, 8, 9 months or even more to implement them, to start producing some degree of value. And that is in this area is just a lot of time. I've seen stories like here you have 3,000 reports. Look at them, analyze them, tell us which one of them are good to use to you, and we'll quote them, and you're good to go. And that's not the way that your platform and your offering works. The one thing that draws a lot of attention with our customers is that you offer something that the less information that provides the most value is what you care about, and those are main differences. I also want to tell you that, and this is my perspective because I speak with other with other customers. They tell us that the solutions that they've seen in the market are geared towards programmers probably, and this solution needs to be Vega is done, it's built by FinOps practitioners or FinOps users, and that's a big advantage. They speak the same language.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I would say that is certainly continued to be, think of us as maybe an advocate, right? A technology platform advocate to really help get conversations happening between engineering and finance, not only with a common language, but like what are things that are actionable, right? I think that's the other piece too. And sure, 3,000 reports sounds nice, but if you don't know where to start, that can be a bit of a challenge. And I think that off the shelf, we do feel strongly that customers are able to not only understand where they are with their FinOps journey, but also really make things actionable quickly. So those are good points. So thank you.
And something I'll add too. So Juan Carlos, one of the things I really like working with 1DS yourself is that, you mentioned benchmarks. So it's your expertise that I think you bring to your customers around options that exist, not only for FinOps, but in particular. There is a lot of potential solutions. And I think as cloud consumers, most are looking for what is going to get the result I'm seeking as efficiently as possible. I mean, how do I optimize finding a FinOps platform? And so I think it's your expertise and be able to share the benchmarks that 1DS has. It's definitely one of those things that makes an impact with our mutual customers.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
agree.